In today's episode, you are going to learn the outdoor portrait photo editing in Photoshop. Coming up. Hey, what's up? This is Harshvardhan and welcome to another superb episode. In today's episode, we are going to learn the various techniques using which we can edit the outdoor portrait photos. So this technique is really amazing and I'm sure you are going to love this technique. And for this purpose, we are using this image. This image is by Lakshay. So we are going to use this image and we are going to turn it into something like this. And before we go any further, please do subscribe to this channel if you have not already subscribed. And to subscribe, just click the big red button below this video. And don't forget to click the bell icon as well. That way you will not miss any new video from this channel. Having said that, let's get started. Just double click it and it is going to launch in the camera raw since this is a camera raw file. And first we'll press auto and we'll adjust the exposure. We'll bring it down, lower down the contrast, bring down the highlights and bring down the exposure a little bit more and adjust the highlights even further. Increase the shadows and whites, maybe something like this. Adjust the blacks and increase the clarity and little bit saturation, let's see, and change the temperature towards the warmer side. And this one tint as well towards the purple. And then go to the sharpening details, increase the masking, increase the amount of sharpening and increase the noise reduction, luminance. Then come to the lens correction, check remove chromatic aberration and enable profile correction. And it's going to fix the lens distortion. Come back to the basics and press open image. Go to the adjustment. Select the brightness and contrast, bring down the brightness to something like this. Select the mask, choose the brush tool and soft as brush and make sure the opacity is around 20%. And with the black color, start painting on the girl so that the light comes only on the girl and rest of the area becomes dark. So this is how we can bring the focus on the main subject. You can lower down the size of the brush to paint in properly. And then go to the adjustment, select this time, let's say color balance, and make sure it is clipped to the lower mask, lower layer, and increase the cyan little bit and select this layer mask and drag it up by pressing Alt, and it's going to replace it the same way. And press Ctrl I to invert it, and now it is going to affect only the background. And unclip the clipping mask option by pressing Alt and clicking, and adjust the midtone sliders. So we have cyan, magenta and the yellow, so you can adjust them to get the look you want. And then go to the shadows, adjust this as well. Then change the highlights and adjust the sliders of the highlights as well. And you can see, and adjust the midtone little bit more, and you can see the result by turning it on and off, and lower down its opacity, and save your file quickly. Then go to the adjustment, select the curves adjustment and choose the green color, or let's say blue color, and increase it in the shadows. Bring it down from the highlights and then choose the green. Bring it down from the highlight or from the shadows and increase it in the highlight, or let's say leave it like this, and then red, and bring it down from the highlights or bring it down from the shadows, or something like this, I think. Or you can make it up and click in the midtone, bring it down, and now you can adjust something like this. And then go to the hue and saturation and change the channel to the green and adjust this hue slider. Let's see if it works. And take the sample of this color and then try to adjust it, but we get this color distortion in this. You can see it's not looking that good. So let's go for master and let's try to adjust this hue. So you can see we are going to delete it. Then go to the adjustment. Let's select color balance once again and then adjust the midtone. This time we are going to add little bit red and yellow. Maybe something like this, and adjust the magenta. And select the layer mask with black color. Start painting on the girl little bit. And even you can add little bit. You can see the difference by turning it on and off. And then create a blank layer. Change its layer blend mode to color. Select this green color and increase the size of the brush and start painting here and there to add some green color in the background. And then choose this blue color, sky blue color. Let me undo it, it's not looking good. So let me choose the yellow and paint in. And we are painting with low opacity of around 20%. And let's select the orange and add little bit orange changes layer blend mode to soft light, and let's add little bit more yellow. And you can see the difference by turning it on and off, lower down its opacity. Create another blank layer and increase the size of the brush and paint in with white color with low opacity. And press Ctrl T and scale it up and reposition it somewhere like this and scale it. And let's lower down its opacity. And Ctrl T and drag it little bit down. Okay. And then press C to crop it and crop the top, and from the left side maybe something like this, and press enter. Now come to the adjustments and select this color lookup and choose this preset, which is foggy night, or let's try another one. Let's try a different one. Just press the down arrow key and it is going to toggle between different one, and choose whichever you like. And in this case, let me see which one is looking good. I think horror blue, or let's say okay, horror blue, and changes layer blend mode to soft light. And you can see by running it on and off, lower down its opacity to maybe something like this, 15 or 18%, and zoom in and see whether it looks good or not. And come to over here on this circle and choose the gradient and click on this gradient and select this color and take the sample from this brown color and press new, or let me just press new to keep it for further use, and press OK. Change layer style to the radial, click on the reverse, click the center to the over here and increase the scale. Oops, there is a white color, so I need to remove this one. Okay, not location. Okay, so let me select another color, bring it down, press OK. Let's make it little darker, something like this. Press OK. Oh, press new, press OK, and then adjust the center and increase the scale to maybe something like this, and press OK. And select the layer mask, use the brush tool with black color and start painting on the face and on the top little bit where we don't want this effect. and select another layer. Edit, purge, let me free up my RAM, and spot healing brush tool, select that and start painting on the spots, and it is going to remove those spots, so it works very fast. And let me just quickly do it. And create another layer, and let's add spark in the eyes. So we'll select this brush tool which has 100% hardness, lower down its size, select the white color and create a shape of something like half circle in the eyes, and on this as well. Okay, and then change this layer blend mode to overlay. Go to the filter, blur, and choose Gaussian blur, and increase the blur to something like this. Press OK, and now you can see the difference in the eyes. And let's double click it or press Ctrl U, and let's say it says adjust its hue if it will work, or let's lower down its opacity to maybe something like this, and you can see the difference. And create a stamp copy by pressing Ctrl Alt Shift E, and then go to the edit, purge and remove all the history so that I get some free RAM, because I'm recording at the same time as well. Then go to the filter, Nik collection, and select Color EFX Pro 4, and that's going to launch it. It takes a little bit time depending on the speed of your system. And I will select the dynamic skin softener, and let me zoom into 100% to see how the skin looks. And I will select this color picker tool and select this color from the skin, and let me change its settings. After clicking, select apply this filter on the same or the current layer, and then you can press compare to see the before and after, and zoom it back. Add another filter, choose cross processing this time, or let's say film modern. Okay, film EFX modern, and let's select all of these presets. So let's browse them and let's see which one looks good. I think this one is good, and click on these brightness or contrast to adjust them. And similarly with the contrast, we can control that. Click on the film details, and here we have the options to adjust all of this. We can adjust the brightness a little bit more, and here increase the grain per pixel to 500, or let's say 484. Zoom in to see how much grain it is going to add. So I think this one is just fine, or let's increase it a little bit further. So we'll bring down the grains and zoom out, and if you want you can adjust all of these settings like red, yellow, green. So we have all these channels available, color channels, so we can adjust them. and press compare to see the result, and you can see this one looks amazing now. And press save the recipe for future use. Let me rename it Skin Red Cinematic. Press OK and press OK. And this is going to apply this on the image. And now take the sample from this layer or this color, which is of her top, and with creating a new layer, start painting on the background to make that little darker, and create another layer. Change this layer blend mode to soft light, and take this color orange this time and add that little bit. And let's add some yellow. And you can see by turning it on and off the result. Let me select this, create another layer, change this layer blend mode to soft light, and let me select the orange color and let it be less saturated, something like this. And you can see by turning it on and off, let's press Ctrl U to come to the hue and saturation, and let's try to change its hue. Let's see where it looks good, and lower down the saturation or adjust the lightness, brightness, and press OK. And you can see how it looks. Check this one up as well. Lower down its opacity, select the bottom one and lower down its opacity as well, and select all of these and group them together, and you can see the difference. Now come to the adjustment, select this let's say selective color, and let's adjust the red bright channel, and the magenta. So it has all these sliders: cyan, magenta, yellow and blacks. You can adjust all of these for each color. So let me just quickly do it. And now I have done it. Select the black color with the brush tool, low opacity around 10%, and paint on the face by selecting the mask. So we are going to basically remove the effect of this from the skin or the girl. And let's adjust the size of the brush. Let me select the softest brush and paint on the model and you can see the result by turning it on and off. And let's create a stamp copy. Control Alt Shift E or Command Option Shift E. Changes layer blend mode to vivid light. Go to the filter other and select high pass and choose the radius of 1. And let me free up some RAM and zoom in to see how it affects the layer. And you can see now this one is looking good. It has made it little bit more sharp, and background is also looking good. Now create another solid color adjustment. Select this white or little bit gray or little bit skin tone and select the layer mask. Control I to invert it. Select the brush tool and with the white color 10% opacity start painting on these highlights to enhance that even further. And in the eyes, and let's lower down its opacity, and you can see the result. Now select solid color, another one, and this time let's add little bit pink and change it to soft light and lower down its opacity, something like this, and even lower down the opacity. And let's change this color to another one. Let's see how that looks, how different color looks on this. So I think this one. Okay, and press OK. See the result by turning it on and off. Create another layer and choose the brush tool. Increase the size of the brush and with the white color paint here and there to add little bit light on the top, and press Ctrl T and drag it down, drag it up, something like this. Press enter and you can see the result by turning it on and off. And let me show you full screen. So this is our final result. And let me place my watermark, my logo, and enter. And let me show you, this is the starting image and we have turned it into something like this. So thank you so much. I hope you have enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please let me know in the comment section below. If you like today's video, please hit the like button. If you did not like it, hit the dislike button. If you have any question or you want to say something, leave that in the comment section below. And if you want $439 premium courses absolutely free, just go to my website harshvardhanart.com and just sign up to my newsletter. So thank you so much. Bye bye. See you in the next episode. Till then, keep shooting and keep creating something awesome.